Hey everyone, it's Carla from Run Again Rover, giving you binge-worthy videos so that you can rock your dog's CCL surgical recovery. There's so much to learn. You ready? Come on, let's go. Today's video is going to give you the top 5 ways to prevent slips and falls from happening for your post-op dog. And then I'm going to add some of my not so favorite options toward the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. So all it takes is one slip or one fall, and your dog could actually have more injury, fracture, snapping the suture material for lateral suture stabilization, causing damage to the incision somehow. So the last thing you want to do is go through all that you've been through to try to safeguard your dog and have a smooth recovery, to then not take the precautions to prevent slips and falls. So let's go, let's learn about this stuff together so that you can feel good and not paranoid that your dog is going to fall. So the first way is to trim the dog's nails. Now this is important, and a lot of people don't think about this, but dogs that are able to place their paw on the floor correctly can do so because their nails aren't long. But if you think about this being the front of the dog's paw, if the nails are long, you can see how it's going to offset the paw from sitting correctly on the ground. When you see dogs walking that have really long nails, this is painful. They do not have normal biomechanics. That means the normal movement that a dog's paws go through when they touch the floor and then move on to the next step. These dogs walk very gingerly because their feet are hurting. If you can't trim your dog's nails, get them done before surgery. It's something we need to keep in mind all the time, even post-op. But if you have a hard time doing it yourself, make sure that you ask the surgeon to trim the dog's nails during the procedure. And then again, if you can't do nail clipping, then take your dog to a groomer to have this done. Number 2 is to trim the fur that grows between the dog's toes and then over their pads. If you look at the bottom of your dog's paw, you'll see that in between their toes there's some fur that can get pretty long and it can kind of bunch up. And then there is fur that will actually grow over the dog's pads. So that means when your dog's paw touches the ground, it's a little slippery because there's soft fur there. You can buy special scissors from Amazon or any of the pet supply stores that have the little blunt edge to them, so you don't have to worry about jabbing and cutting your dog as you're trimming this fur. If your dog has been used to or knows the sound of clippers, you could use clippers, but don't do that unless your dog is okay with the sound of clippers and feeling the vibration. You don't want to introduce something like that now where your dog is going to try to retract their leg fast or try to get up and run away from a sound that they don't like. Now I want you to think about the fur that grows between your dog's toes. I want you to think about when you have socks on that are a little too big or they're not quite snug and they bunch up between your toes. You know how yucky that feels? And it kind of hurts when you walk and you have to take your shoe off and then you got to pull the sock up tight again. That's kind of what it could feel like for your dog with all that fur jammed up in there. When you bring your dog to a groomer, they clean that up. So it will help your dog stay upright and not slip if you get rid of all that extra fur under their paws. Number 3 is paw wax. There's a company called the Natural Dog Company, and they have a product called Paw Soother. It looks like underarm deodorant. It looks like that little container. You just take the lid off, push some of the product up, and you just apply it to the bottom of your dog's pads. Now, if your dog's pads look kind of dried or cracked, when you put this on, it'll actually help because dried, cracked pads are slippery. This will add a nice little emollient layer so that your dog will stay upright. And number 5 is using baby gates, closing doors, using exercise pens to block off areas where there's lots of slippery floors. That could be tile flooring or hardwoods. If your dog's going to have a hard time walking, don't let them have a lot of access to these slippery floor places. Block them off. All right, now I have 4 different things that I think are meh. Maybe they'll work, maybe they won't, some I don't like. Let's start with doggy socks. They are cute. But the last thing our dogs need is to be walking, weirdly, because they're not used to feeling socks on their feet and legs. I should say paws and legs. So just putting socks on your dog, they might have a slip resistant area for their paws, but just wearing socks might be enough to throw your dog's gait off and cause them to fall. So I don't love dog socks. That makes me then go to the next thing, which is dog boots. Those things are so cute. And I'm sure you've seen the videos where the dog is walking like that. And it is cute, but they're already struggling to walk. And then we're going to put these boots on them to prevent a fall. It makes no sense. I wouldn't do it. Nail grips. They're like these little plastic doodads. And if this is your dog's nail, they slip on. You can glue them on with this special glue, I guess. And they slip on because the dogs use their nails kind of as grips to kind of hang on to the flooring or whatever surface is under them. And so if you put these rubberized grips on their nails, supposedly it helps them walk. I mean, the only good thing is it doesn't create any sensation necessarily for them, but I just can't see that it would help a whole lot. And then there are these things called pad grips. Now these are sized, if you have a little tiny dog and they have little small pads, well then you need a smaller sticker. And so these things are like little adhesive things in the shape of your dog's paw pads. You just stick them on and they have skid-proof rubberized stuff under them. I think what happens, if you look at the reviews, they don't get great reviews, and I think they kind of fall off and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if it's worth it to even buy them. And then another one that I don't love is this sticky stuff. It looks like blue sand almost, and it is, I'm not sure how you apply it, but it looks like the dog has stuck their paw in this blue sandy stuff. I don't know what that stuff is. Maybe it's some rubbery, weird chemical thing. If your dog's going to lick their paws, I wouldn't want my dog licking that stuff. So be sure to take precautions to prevent your dog from slipping or falling so that they can have a nice, smooth recovery. There is a ton more to learn, so don't leave now. Stay with me, watch the next video. And if you're liking these videos, click the subscribe button, click the little bell icon because the next time I upload a video, you'll be the first to know about it. Click the like, comment, anything. I'm going to answer you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.